Hello everyone, and welcome to your last video and your last PowerPoint. What we've done is we have covered analysis, we've covered design, we've covered implementation, and now we're lastly today looking at testing and evaluation, and that's the end of all of the theory for the Web Design and Development unit. So what you need to know at the testing stage: 4 things. Describe and exemplify testing for this, and this. And for evaluation, literally just you need to evaluate the solution in terms of fitness for purpose. So let's look at each of these. So website testing. After your website is complete, it's time to thoroughly test it. And there are various parts of the website which require testing. So this is the 4 things that I quickly glossed over. First of all, web page matches user interface design. Secondly, links and navigation work correctly. Thirdly, media like text, graphics and video display correctly. And lastly, consistency. Those are the 4 items that you must be able to test your website for. Now, in an exam question, they might give you one of them. They might say that the links have all been checked and work beautifully. Can you suggest 2 other tests for your website? So you would need to come up with 2 more from this list. Okay, so let's look at the first one. Testing matches user interface design. One of the main tests you should always do is assess if the user interface matches the original design. Now, before you created any web page, or you're due to create a web page within your website, you will have created a wireframe showing exactly where all the elements should be. And if you compare your original design, your wireframe, to the actual user interface, so the web page that you've created, that's really, really important because they both have to match. So you need to check that all the text is in the correct position, it's the right size, it's the right font family, you've used the right color, and all the other media that you've used should be in the correct position and of the correct size. Now, my diagram over here, it's not very good because for each of the media elements, they haven't got the file names in, but there's a video here, there's a graphic here, you can see the sizes, etc. It's not a brilliant illustration, but that's something that you must do, is compare your completed web page with your design, which would be your wireframe. Now, secondly, you have to test that the links and navigation work correctly. Now, websites use a wide variety of navigation, and we've already discussed that back in the design videos. And one of the main tasks that you do on completion of your website is check that all of these links are working correctly. And quite simply, do all the internal hyperlinks work? And do all the external hyperlinks work? And a good way of doing this is creating a test table. And that includes every single link listed to make sure that they're all tested. Okay, and this is what the test table could look like. So here we've got a home page, and it's got an internal link to page 1. It's also linking to page 2 and page 3, and also from the home page we've got an external link here. Okay, that's my favourite website. And then page 1 links back to the home page, and page 1 also links to page 2, and page 1 also links to page 3, and then page 2 links to, and that's kind of like etc. It's called an elision, and it means that there's other information that I can't be bothered putting in, okay, because otherwise it'd be too big. So here we've got our working column, and as you test each one of these links, you would mark down if they're working or not. So yes, yes, oh, that one didn't work. Then you would have to go back to your code and you would have to fix that hyperlink, and then you would have to retest it. And hopefully at that point you put in yes. Now, this test table should look familiar from when you did your Akinator task, okay, when you had to test your links for that. Right, the next one, third one, testing media display correctly. Now, media is usually added to most websites. It's very, very rare to find a web page that's just full of text and there are no other types of media. And it's important to check that this media is working correctly by asking questions like, do the graphics show correctly? Are they overlapping text? Does the audio play? Is it meant to start playing automatically, or do you need to click on something? And do all the videos work on the web page? Or maybe are they running slow, or do they take a long, long time to load? Maybe you've gone for the wrong file size. Okay, that's the third one. The fourth one, consistency. So you need to test the consistency. Now, nowadays it's become really easy to create professional looking websites, and that's because of the introduction of external CSS. And because that forces all of your web pages to look the same. You choose a background color, you put it in once in your CSS file, and then every single one of your pages linked to that CSS file will have the same color. Although you guys now know that this can be overwritten by internal styling, and also even more overwritten by inline styling. So remember that. But they're still going to look good. And it's important that you check your website for consistency, concentrating on color, font, layout, etc. And let's look at an example website and see if you can spot any consistencies. The BBC website. All I've done here is taken the very, very top of each web page. Okay? And we've got the home page at the top, followed by TV, news, sport, weather, and iPlayer. And you should spot some consistencies. There's one major inconsistency, which is the colour, but that's to sort of brand each of the different sections of the website. But if you have a look, they've all got the logo, BBC, although some of them it's white on black, some of them it's black and white, this one's blue on white, okay, but the logo's in the same place. There's an opportunity to sign in the same place in each of them. There is the main menu, the main BBC menus in exactly the same place. Even the search bars are in the same place, internal search bars. Okay, so that's consistency. It means that no matter whether you're looking at the news or you're looking at the weather or the TV, you know how to get to other parts of the BBC website. Okay, that's consistency. And then finally, evaluation. So after your testing is complete and all the corrections that you need to do, all of them have been made, it's now important to thoroughly evaluate your website. And the most significant part of evaluation is to check the fitness for purpose of the website. Now, fitness for purpose just means, does it do what it was supposed to do? Okay, fitness for purpose. Is it fit to do the work or the purpose it was made for? So why on earth did you make the website in the first place? What did you want it to do? So questions commonly asked would refer back to your original analysis. Now that was a long time ago that we looked at analysis, but here's a clue. Does it meet your end user requirements? Now can you immediately think what the next thing is going to say? Does it meet your functional requirements? Okay? And that's the evaluation. So if your end user requirement is it's got to play a video of the band, well, the end user wants to see the video of the band. The functional requirement is the video of the band has to be able to be played. Then you want to double check, is your website fit for purpose because it includes a video that works? Okay? So that's it, your task. One task. Complete the following task sheet. It's task sheet 14 and it's called error spotting. So let's have a little look at that. This is the task sheet. So task sheet 14 used to be called Where Did It All Go Wrong? And I have got pictures of two web pages. Okay, this is a home page and this is the cafe page. Okay, so home.html and cafe.html. And there's a bit of a problem here with consistency, to be honest. Sort of funny colours here, a bit of a different font here, but never mind. I had a lot of fun making this website. And then I, created my home.html file. There was my cafe.html file. Here's my external CSS file with lots and lots of styling in there. And I've actually shown you what the folders are. Okay, so here's the CSS folder, so you can see the name of the file, the HTML folder, and the resources folder. But once I created this beautiful website, I destroyed it. I made it absolutely rubbish, and I have littered it full of errors. And your job is to find them. And you have to find 28 errors. And on another sheet I'm about to show you, you make a note of each of these errors with their line number and how you would fix them. So let's have a little look at the website just to prove that I did create a working website. So here we go, Millwood Gardens, a great day out. It's got images. There's different coloured parts, different coloured font all over the place. We've got, this looks like an internal hyperlink. Click here to find out about a cafe. And here's the other page, some images. another internal link. Here's a link. Click here to go to our partner garden at Glen Juan. This is an external hyperlink that I've got in there. Okay, and there's even a video, and the video works beautifully. Some very relaxing fish. So what you have to do is find out how I destroyed my beautiful, beautiful website and spot the errors. Now, I have done the first one for you. The error numbers, I've gone all the way down to 28. I think there's 28. There might be more. I might have accidentally made some errors. I don't think so. But I've numbered them so you can keep track. And then you've got to say what file you found the error in, the line number where you found the error, a description of the error, and then how you would correct it. So here I've said in the home.html file, on line number 1, there is a missing exclamation mark. And this is what it should look like. So let's double check that. Here's the home.html file. Here's line number 1. And there is the code that I typed in. Open angle bracket, whoops, missing exclamation mark, doc type space HTML. So there's the first error that I have done for you. Now what I would recommend you do is while you're trying to find these errors, and I'm not giving you the website for you to do this easily, you've got to do it all by looking at these images and these files and then the folders where all the documents are stored. Okay? But what I would recommend you do is have a think. If I wanted to make errors, deliberately sprinkle in errors, what sort of things might I do? And maybe try and spot those. There is no order. Okay, it doesn't matter what order you do them in. It's not a problem. Anytime you spot an error, type it in there. Okay? And that's it. I'll just leave you with some peaceful fish to finish off with, because this is the last video, and it is the last part of the theory, and at the minute it's the last task until we start loads and loads of revision. So bye bye guys, take care and good luck.